Sessa up to do what he does. I say I gotta be careful here. Father Sessa, if you'd like to step up to the podium and say a prayer. Yeah, my eyes are burned.
Oh dear, I didn't know about this. I'm never prepared for a blessing on this occasion. Did you hear about the mother and her little daughter were leaving the cemetery? They made a visit, and the daughter said, "Mom, I didn't know you could put two guys in one grave." And the mother said, "Oh yeah, they do it." And the daughter said, "I saw the stone. It said, 'Here lies a lawyer and an honest man.'" All right.
Most people can hear.
Most people can hear Louis Leo Grant. Get some hearing aids. All right. All right, Lord, your Spirit of God sweep over us, friends and family of Mr. Louis Brindisi, marking 65 years. Talk about a winning way, all these years in the career of criminal and what do you call it, civil law, and reaching back to where? Lemoyne College, Albany Law, unbelievable. Bless his family and friends, give him good health and a sharp mind for years to come, that he might enjoy the embrace of especially the Utica area and the community that treasures him and appreciates what he's done and his achievements over so many decades. Amen.
Amen. Thank you to all of you for being here tonight to celebrate such a remarkable accomplishment. I also want to thank my family, Caprice and Jody, for helping me do and put this together. They were super awesome, and I'm blessed to have you. Honestly, this is a milestone that we should be grateful to be here for. I'm incredibly proud of you, unbelievably proud. I think that if we put it together where we have faith, mostly he's been committed, dedicated, and his faith has driven him to be blessed with so many of you to be here. And to say that, you know, I was -2 when this all happened, it's pretty crazy when you think about it. But honestly, you know, it's such an accomplishment, and we are so honored to be a part of it. The Brindisi family, the Alberico family, all the dignitaries in place. It's just truly a blessing, and I thank God for giving us the opportunity to celebrate you. I love you. And without further ado, I'd like to invite the Honorable Judge Brindisi to come up.
There's a collection basket going around. Good evening, everybody. Let me say on behalf of our family, Maria, myself, all of my siblings, Mary, Rosie, Eva, Andy, Louis, Jody, as well as Louis's grandchildren and great-grandchildren who are here, and our spouses. Let me say thank you and welcome all of you to this extraordinary event celebrating this great milestone on behalf of my father, Louis Brindisi, celebrating 65 years in the law. Now, what many of you may not know is that his legal career almost never happened. In fact, as a young man, my father actually wanted to become a priest. Imagine Father Sesta times 100. Thankfully, God had other plans for my father. And instead, his uncle John Murad, the late great Supreme Court judge, convinced him to go with him to Albany to meet with the dean at Albany Law School. So as the story has it, my father went out to Albany. He sat down with the dean of Albany Law School. The dean looked at him and said, "What are you doing here?" To which my father responded, "I guess I want to go to law school." And the dean said, "You're in luck. There's a cancellation. You're in." They did things way differently back in the 1950s. No application, no LSAT. I guess if you could pay the bill, you were going to law school. But thank goodness for that cancellation, because what ensued is a brilliant legal career that spans almost 7 decades. Now, what's unique about my father is that, unlike many attorneys who specialize in criminal law or civil matters, he actually has mastered both. He started off as a criminal defense lawyer, and he quickly gained a reputation as the area's preeminent criminal defense attorney. He represented individuals, let's just say, some of Utica's more colorful characters in criminal defense work, people who had alleged ties to organized crime, at a time before there were Miranda rights or RICO law, at a time where when your client was arrested, they would shuffle that person between police stations so their attorney could not talk to him or her. But in the 1980s, he gave up his criminal law practice, and he focused primarily on representing individuals injured in serious personal injury accidents. Now, he's also been recognized by his peers as one of the country's top plaintiff attorneys. And not only has he secured several million and multi-million dollar verdicts on behalf of his clients, the work that he did and the work that so many attorneys like him did led to many consumer protections that we all take for granted on a daily basis. When you get in your car and you have the 3-point seatbelt, it's because of work that people like my father, Louis Brindisi, did on behalf of their clients. Or when cars are made with stronger roofs to prevent roof crushes in rollover accidents, it's because of work that he and others did helping injured victims. But what amazes me the most about my father, Louis, and I think what led me, and I know my sister Eva, to law school, is his commitment to his clients and to the community. He didn't care what your race was, what your ethnicity was, what your socioeconomic status was. If you were his client, he was your pit bull. And he fought just as hard for you, whether your case was worth $10,000 or $10 million. And they say that the mark of a great trial lawyer is preparation. And I can tell you from personal experience, having watched him prepare for many trials over the years, nobody prepared as hard for a trial as Louis Brindisi did. The same can be said about his community that gave him so much. The phrase, "he never forgot where he came from," is an understatement when it comes to my dad. He is someone who has donated countless to many local charities over the years, and he always felt that no family, especially no child, should ever go without, especially on the holidays. I can remember times working at the law office where we were fielding more phone calls from families in need than we were from clients, and there was never a person that he turned away, especially during the holidays. Before I wrap it up and turn it over to our dignitaries, who have some wonderful proclamations to present to you, I do want to recognize his law office family, many of whom are here this evening and some of whom have been with him for decades. Michelle, Terry, Susan, Stephanie, Heather, and Joe make up his law office family. And I want to give a special recognition to, and I asked them to stand up because they put up with a lot, his trusted partners, my sister Eva Perlman. Eva, please stand. And my cousin Tony Murad. And of course, Maria, a special shout out to you. You planned this celebration with such love and attention. I know it's very special to Dad and to all of us. So to If you all could just raise your glasses. Dad, on behalf of your family, your friends, your colleagues, congratulations on this very incredible achievement. We are proud of you, and we raise our glass to 65 years of law and to you. Cheers. If I could ask our elected officials, I believe we have a wonderful group of elected officials who are here this evening to join me up here at the podium. Dad, if you would come up as well, Maria. I also want to acknowledge Judge Clark, who I believe is here, and Judge Gelati, who are here with us this evening. Mary Finnegan, our county clerk, is here as well. Thank you. Okay. And I also know we have proclamations from our State Comptroller, Tom DiNapoli, as well. But let me turn it over to Congressman Mannion, who has a few words to say. Congressman?
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. You know, we were just at Cornhill a couple months ago, and we had the same scenario as I get to jump the line of all the people of Oneida County that have done the work for so many years. So I appreciate, inviting me and the opportunity to say a few words. I spoke with Maria a few weeks ago, and she said, I think we're all set on this great event, but I think you can give us something that we don't have. And I said, what's that, a member of Congress? And she said, no, we got those. I think we need an Irish kid from Syracuse to come down. I will say this, many of the things that are in this official proclamation from the House of Representatives, Anthony had said, whenever I come to Oneida County from the very first time, I've always felt welcome, and that's true, regarding the Brindisi family. And I thank you, Louis, for you treating me so well and your family really welcoming me. It's really my job as a Syracusan to go back down there into Onondaga County, and I've been doing the work and tell them, guys, it's not Brindisi. I'm telling you, it's Brindisi. It's Brindisi. So with that, I thank you, Louis, for your commitment to this community, making it a better place. And I think we can all agree in Central New York and the Mohawk Valley, we're good people. And the good people that are in positions where they can do something often do to improve the lives of others. So I thank you, Louis. I thank you, all of you, to letting me go first. And congratulations.
Next, I will call up my...
Good afternoon, everybody. How's it going? My name is Joshua Perlman. I'm the Central New York Regional Director for United States Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. And I also have the pleasure of wearing dual hats this evening as the proud grandson of our honoree, Louis Brindisi. So I'm going to spare you guys all the entirety of Chuck's proclamation, but I will read a couple selected paragraphs. The Honorable Charles E. Schumer proclaims, whereas in September of the year 2025, Louis T. Brindisi, founding partner of the Brindisi Murad and Brindisi Perlman law firm and lifelong resident of the city of Utica, celebrates his 65th year practicing law in the Mohawk Valley and across upstate New York. Hear, hear. Whereas Brindisi's legacy of leadership has been rooted in three guiding principles: hard work, meticulous preparation, and family. His exemplary practice of law has influenced and inspired generations of attorneys to follow in his footsteps, including his daughter, my mother, Eva Brindisi Perlman, his son, my uncle, Anthony Brindisi, and me, Joshua Perlman. As Lou is fond of saying, if you have the right team and preparation, most cases are won before you ever even enter the courtroom. Therefore, be it known that I, Senator Charles E. Schumer, do hereby recognize and offer my most sincere congratulations to Louis T. Brindisi, Esquire. Your 65-year career of public service and legal excellence reflect the highest ideals of barristers in the state of New York and across the United States of America. I look forward to your continued success in all that you will do for your community in the years to come. Signed the 6th day of September in the year 2025, Charles E. Schumer, United States Senator. Thank you all for indulging.
Now it's my pleasure to introduce our state representatives, Senator Joe Griffo and Assemblywoman Mary Ann Buckingham.
Clearly, as the judge said, you've done so much, not only with your law family, but with your beautiful family, as well as for our community. And when we talk about cases and think about what you have done to ensure that individuals remain safe, clearly your hard work has paid off in so many ways. I think as Anthony talked just about what happens is every day as we travel in a car, and that's you that is keeping us safe. So we thank you not only for that dedication and commitment, but for the help and guidance and the tutelage that you've provided to so many in this room, including myself. So I can say, Maria, you knocked it out of the park here tonight, and we're all honored to be here on behalf of the New York State Assembly. Would you please accept this proclamation that has brought the words of wisdom that your son has given us earlier with your dedication and commitment. God bless you, and I wish you the best in everything in the future.
With everyone tonight, and how fortunate were we tonight that Father Sesta only gave a couple of jokes and not a homily. I actually heard him talking to Louis about praying, and he said, Louis, tell the prayer you said, and Louis started saying the prayer he would recite each night is, Dear God, this message contains confidential and or legally privileged information. Unintended recipients may not use, copy, or disclose any portion of this prayer. So it's and then I hear Judge Julian and George Haney talking over there, and I was trying to figure out, like, what's the key to success, because he's been so successful. And he said, it's simple. A good lawyer knows the law, a great lawyer knows the judge. And when you think about it, we talk about religion, right? Most of us, if anybody knows, Pope Leo tomorrow will canonize a 34-year-old, which is going to be very impressive in the Vatican tomorrow, that there'll be a 34-year-old saint. But when you think about it, everybody thinks they have a patron saint. There's 4 saints for lawyers. That should tell you something, right? 4 saints for lawyers. But the interesting one is St. Thomas More. And I think that something that St. Thomas More said applies here so much. Take something from yourself to give to another that is humane and gentle and never takes away as much comfort as it brings. I think that personifies Louis. I mean, truly, when you talk about the awards, the accolades, the titles, the true difference is whether or not you've made a difference in someone's life and in the life of your community. Louis lived that, demonstrated that, and achieved that throughout his entire career. 65 years of not only serving and helping others, but truly caring about them. So in the end, that is the greatest gift, in my opinion, that anyone can give, a portion of themselves for the betterment of someone else in our society. Louis, congratulations. You started off when I was in diapers. You'll end when I'm in diapers again. I want to present to you a proclamation from the Senate. We don't have all the gold the county has and everything because they got the money, so it's like, but I'm not going to read it, but it really talks about your many years of service. And the key tonight is as long as Louis has this and you're with him, you can do whatever you want in New York State. God bless you.
All right, our county executive.
I always get to follow Griffo. And just so you know, him and Sesta will be playing here all week. You get tickets at the front desk. They'll be here. They switch. One goes first, then they go back and forth. It is my great honor, and Eleanor and I, to be here with all of you tonight. I have known Louis T. much, much longer than I have been mistaken for his son. When you're elected official, people know you're elected. They don't necessarily know what office, sometimes. Are you the mayor, are you the senator, the assembly? So, we always, and we still do. I get, I told I was Eva's, somebody came up to me, oh, I know your sister. I have a couple sisters. And I go, really, which one? They go, Eva. And then, recently though, it's changed a little bit because people still will, refer to me and say, hi, Mr. Brindisi, and I go, it's Judge. So anyway, I am here. Obviously, this is a very special occasion. This man has done so much in this community. And Anthony touched on it, but really, and he talked about his help to people. And I can't tell you how many I know of people that he helped that nobody will ever know about. Because that's how Louis T. has practiced law, but practiced life for these 65 years. He has brought, things to people that they didn't have. He has given them help. He has given them comfort. He has given them money. He has done whatever he had to make people in this community better. And we recognize that tonight. And 65 years is truly a testament to continuing to do that each and every day. And as my colleagues before and even after will attest to, the proclamations are great. It doesn't say enough about what he has meant to his family, to his community, and I know that he's proud of 65 years of practicing law. And I know if you ask him what he's proud of Maria, he's proud of his children, his grandchildren, and his great-grandchildren. And that's the Louis T. Brindisi I know. So I look back, and it's a miracle that in 65 years there's never been a Louis T. Brindisi Day in Oneida County. So today, September 6th, is Louis T. Brindisi Day in Oneida County. God bless you.
Good evening. I will be reading the proclamation, but I do want to say first, congratulations. It's not just the proclamations that are up here, it's the people. For me, growing up in this community, you were always a person in my presence growing up. Not just a lawyer, not just someone who was philanthropic, but the person who was at church, the person who was at the feasts. As I got older, sometimes the person who, when I was playing saxophone, you'd look down and you were in the audience. You were always there. You were a member in this community. And after all of these speeches are done, what I hope you see in this room is the professional family you have built, is the family that surrounds you here, your friends, because this is a reflection of the achievement that we're talking about right now. And every single one of these people is surrounding you right now, congratulating you. So thank you for everything you've done. So with that, this is a proclamation from the City of Utica. Whereas I, Michael P. Galimi, Mayor of the City of Utica, recognize Louis T. Brindisi, a lifelong resident of Utica, New York, who was admitted to the New York State Bar in 1960 and has since dedicated over 6 decades to the noble practice of law. And whereas Mr. Brindisi began his career as a successful solo practitioner, mentoring countless associates and young attorneys before founding the law offices of Louis T. Brindisi and Anthony A. Murad with his cousin-in-law partner, Anthony Murad. And whereas the firm grew in stature and impact with the return of his daughter, Eva Brindisi Perlman, from law school, eventually becoming Brindisi Murad and Brindisi Perlman, a nationally recognized firm named the best law firms in America by U.S. News and World Report. And whereas Mr. Brindisi has received numerous prestigious honors, including recognition as one of the top 100 trial lawyers in New York State by the National Trial Lawyers, designation as a New York State super lawyer, and selection by the U.S. News and World Report as one of the best lawyers in America. And whereas he actively served the legal profession through his role as district governor of the Association of Trial Lawyers of America, reporting on critical developments in medical malpractice, product liability, and personal injury law. And whereas Mr. Brindisi is a distinguished member of the multi-million-dollar Advocates Forum and numerous other esteemed legal organizations. And whereas over the course of his 65-year career, he has tried hundreds of criminal and civil cases, dedicating his practice in later years exclusively to personal injury law, always advocating with passion, skill, and integrity as the people's lawyer. And whereas beyond the courtroom, Mr. Brindisi has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to the Utica community, generously contributing hundreds of thousands of dollars to local charities, and serving as a steadfast champion of justice and community service. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Michael P. Galimi, Mayor of the City of Utica, proudly recognize Louis T. Brindisi for his extraordinary legal career, his mentorship, his dedication to justice, and his profound impact on the legal profession and the community of Utica, New York. Thank you.
How about that, following up this group? That's what happens when you lose 2 elections, guys. End up last in line. Stay on there. We'll go with that. So, the Bar Association, I'm president of the Bar Association this year, and when Maria invited me, I thought about it and I said, boy, you know, we honor our lawyers at 50 years, but 65 is something really special at 65 years. So, how's that? All right. So, you know, I thought at 65 years, that's something very special, and we really should do something from the Bar Association. So I reached out to George Moran, who's our treasurer on the board, and I said, George, what do you think about us doing a resolution? And George said, yeah, there'll be no problem. Half of the board is related to Louis. There'll be no problem doing that. And it's true, but I'm happy to say it was unanimous in doing this. So even your family, everybody supported it. No, you know, I have to honestly say, you know, in walking through saying hello to people tonight, obviously I saw Louis when I came in, I saw Bob Julian, I saw George Aney, you know, guys that I've always looked at as real trial lawyers, and I've always wanted to be considered a real trial lawyer. I've tried a lot of cases, but you know, when we as lawyers think about trial lawyers, the first people we think of is Louis Brindisi. I mean, he tries cases, you know, and among lawyers, that is really the ultimate in what you do as a lawyer. I mean, practicing law is great now, I have fun, I do real estate closings, I do a lot of things, but trying cases is what it's all about, helping people that really need it when they need it most. And that's what Louis has done his whole career. And he's done it because he's enjoyed doing it, but more importantly, because he's really cared about his clients. And that really, ladies and gentlemen, is what being a lawyer is all about. I walked in and Louis said to me, I said, congratulations, 65 years is great. And Louis said, hey, all you have to do is live 65 years, practice, live long enough, you'll do it. But that's not really the case. Like, we have a lot of lawyers who have practiced law for 65 years, but not the way you have, Lou. Not the way that you have continued to help people and continue to be so significant in our area and in the practice of law. So we are really very proud on behalf of the Bar Association to present you with this resolution and certificate honoring you for 65 great years of practice.
Say that I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, talk up, yeah, put it up here and talk, they can't hear you.
They're still telling me what to do.
You gotta do it, honey. Put it up more.
To say that I'm
Can't hear you.
overwhelmed.
Put the microphone, I can't hear you.
I can put it in my mouth.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yes,
Put it where the money is, go ahead.
yes, dear. an understatement.
You gotta put it up, man. Can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
No.
Can you hear me now? Can anybody hear me?
No.
Nobody can hear me?
Put it close to your mouth. Give it to your mouth.
Now can you hear me?
Yeah, give it to your mouth.
Right here.
Yes, right here.
Okay. I guess I'm the man of the hour. Somebody asked me, how do you explain your longevity? I said, well, it's very easy. I pray to God and Maria. And I drink Johnny Walker Black. That's been it all my life. I really, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank all of the elected officials who have come up here and presented their plaques, and especially my son and ex-partner, our master of ceremonies, Anthony Brindisi, my wife, Maria, who made this all possible. My daughter, Eva, my partner, Anthony, who continue the tradition of our law firm, and I forgot to tell them I'm soon suing them for elder abuse. Every time I get into the office, they complain about something. What do you want from me? You know, you're the lawyer, go figure it out. Well, it's easier sometimes because when Tony gets a case, he's on the phone with me constantly telling me about this thing and that thing. Tony, who gives a shit? Send it and get the money. I want to pay special respects to two of my ex-partners. Anthony Garamond used to be Brindisi, Murad, and Garamond. What a trio that was. Whoever got to the checkbook first got the money. That was it. I think he lasted about 2 months. And my partner, Bob Julian, he is, in my opinion, the lawyer's lawyer. I mean, if you need a lawyer other than me, call him, but make sure you call us first. I love you, Bob, and thank you for being here tonight. He is one magnificent person. I want to thank my granddaughter, Jackie, where are you? Over there. And my sister-in-law, Lisa, where are you? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Lisa. Happy birthday to you. All of my family is here, my 6 children, some of my grandchildren, great-grandchildren. It's amazing to see what a wonderful family my wife raised. I'm glad they take after their mother, not after me. But they are magnificent people. I love each and every one of you. I love my daughter Eva for, you have no idea the hard work she puts in our practice. If you go by our office, 7, 8 o'clock at night, you'll see Eva's car. She is one dedicated lawyer, and I love you. And my partner Tony, my first cousin. I got to tell you this story. George Murad came along first as an associate. I don't know if Gus DeTrudley was there at the time, but he may have been. George's mother made him resign from the law firm because I was corrupting him. and then came Tony, and he didn't care what his mother said. He stayed. Thank you, each and every one of you. I hope I didn't miss anybody. The dignitaries, thank you with everything that's in my heart. I love everyone that's here, especially my wife, my stepdaughter Jody. I don't know if I mentioned her or not, but Jody, love you with all my heart too. Thank you. As someone once said, suffice it to say, I love each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here. Enjoy dinner, drinks. If I neglected to mention, Judge Clark is here, as well as Judge Garamone is here too. So thank you, judges, for being here.